Good day. Hello, YouTube. Thank you for joining in today. I'd like to read a chapter from Deepak Chopra's The Seven Spiritual Laws of Success. This book has helped guide me through a lot in my life. It was my grandfather's book. I've had it forever. I'm sure my grandfather had it forever before that. But I'm going to get right into it. Chapter 1, The Law of Pure Potentiality. The source of all creation is pure consciousness, pure potentiality seeking expression from the unmanifest to the manifested. And when we realize that our true self is one of pure potentiality, we align with the power that manifests everything in the universe. The first spiritual law of success is the law of pure potentiality. The law is based on the fact that we are, in our essential state, pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is pure potentiality. It is the field of all possibilities and infinite creativity. Pure consciousness is our spiritual essence, being infinite and unbounded. It is also pure joy. Other attributes of consciousness are pure knowledge, infinite silence, perfect balance, invincibility, simplicity, and bliss. This is our essential nature. Our essential nature is one of pure potentiality. When you discover your essential nature and know who you really are, in that knowing itself, it is the ability to fulfill any dream you have because you are the eternal possibility. The immeasurable potential of all that was, is, and will be. The law of pure potentiality can also be called the law of unity, because underlining the infinite diversity of the life is the unity of one all-pervasive spirits. There is no separation between you and this field of energy. The field of pure potentiality is your own self, and the more you experience your true nature, the closer you are to the field of pure potentiality. The experience of self or self-referral means that our internal reference point is our own spirit and not the objects of our experience. The opposite of self-referral is object referral. In object referral, we are always influenced by objects outside the self, which included situations, circumstances, people, and things. In object referral, we are constantly seeking the approval of others. Our thinking and our behavior are always in anticipation of a response. It is therefore fear-based. In object referral, we also feel an intense need to control things. We feel an intense need for external power, the need for approval, the need to control things. The need for external power are needs that are based on fear. The kind of power is not the power of pure potentiality. This kind of power is not the power of pure potentiality. Our power of the self, or real power, when we experience the power of the self, there is an absence of fear. There is no completion to control, no struggle for approval or external power. In object referral, your internal reference point is your ego. The ego, however, is not who you really are. The ego is your self-image. It is your social mask. It is the role that you are playing. Your social mask thrives on approval. It wants to control, and it is sustained by power because it lives in fear. Your true self, which is your spirit, your soul, is completely free of those things. It is immune to circumstances. It is unfearful of any challenges, and it feels beneath no one. And yet it is also humble and feels superior to no one, because it recognizes that everyone else is the same self, the same spirit in different disguises. That's the essential difference between object referral and self-referral. In self-referral, you experience your true being, which is unfearful of any challenges, has respect for all people, feels beneath no one. Self-power is therefore true power. Power based on object referral, however, is false power. Being ego-based power, it lasts only as long as the object of reference is there. If you have a certain title, if you're the president of a country or the chairman of a corporation, or if you have a lot of money, the power you enjoy goes with the title, with the job, with the money. Ego-based power will only last as long as those things last. As soon as the title, the job, the money go away, so does the power. Self-power, on the other hand, is permanent because it is based on knowledge of self, and there are certain characteristics of self-power. It draws people to you, and it also draws things that you want to you. It magnetizes people, situations, and circumstances to support your desires. This is also called support from the laws of nature. It is the support of divinity. It is the support that comes from being in a state of grace. Your power is such that you enjoy a bond with people, and people enjoy a bond with you. Your power is that of bonding that comes from true love. Your power is that of bonding, a bonding that comes from true love. How can we apply the law of pure potentiality, the field of all possibilities, to our lives? If you want to enjoy the benefits of the field of pure potentiality, if you want to make full use of the creativity which is inherited in pure consciousness, then you have to have access to it. One way to access the field through the daily practice of silence, meditation, and non-judgment. Spending time in nature will also give you access to the qualities inherited in the field of infinite creativity, freedom, and bliss. Practicing silence, making a commitment to take a certain amount of time to simply be experiencing silence, means periodically withdrawing from activities of speech. It also means periodically withdrawing from such activities as watching television, listening to the radio, or reading a book. Or nowadays, all you people who like to sit around and play video games. If you never give yourself the opportunity to experience silence, this creates turbulence in your internal dialogue. Set aside a little time every once in a while to experience silence, or simply make a commitment to maintain silence for a certain period each day. You could do it for 2 hours, or if that seems like a lot, do it for an hour period. And every once in a while, experience silence for an extended period of time, such as a full day or 2 days or even a week. What happens when you go into this experience of silence? Initially, your internal dialogue becomes even more turbulent. You feel an intense need to say things. I know people who go absolutely crazy the first day or two when they commit themselves. An extended period of silence, a sense of urgency, anxiety suddenly comes over them. But as they say, with the experience, their internal dialogue begins to quiet. As soon as the silence becomes profound, this is because after a while, the mind gives up. It realizes that there is no point in going around and around if you, the self, the spirit, the choice maker, are not going to speak, period. Then, as the internal dialogue quiets, you begin to experience the stillness of the field of pure potentiality. Practicing silence periodically, as it is convenient to you, is one way to experience the law of pure potentiality. Spending time each day in meditation is another. Ideally, you should meditate at least 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening. Throughout meditation, You will learn to experience the field of pure silence and pure awareness. In the field of pure silence is the field of infinite correlation, the field of infinite organizing power, the ultimate ground of creation where everything is inseparable, connected with everything else. In the fifth spiritual law, the law of intention and desire, you will see how you can introduce a fate impulse of intention. In this field and the creation of your desires will come about spontaneously. But first, you have to experience stillness. Stillness is the first requirement for manifesting your desires, because in stillness lies your connection to the field of pure potentiality that can orchestrate an infinite of details for you. Imagine throwing a little stone into a still pond and watching it ripple. Then after a while, when the ripples still settle down, perhaps you throw another stone. That's exactly what you do when you go into the field of pure silence and introduce your intention. In this silence, even the faintest intention will ripple across the underlying ground of universal consciousness, which connects everything with everything else. But if you do not, I'm reading a book here. Sorry guys, my cat, she wanted to come say hi. Meow. Now I lost where I was. Okay. Okay, universal consciousness, which connects everything with everything else. But if you do not experience stillness and consciousness, if your mind is like a turbulent ocean, you could throw the Empire State Building into it and you won't notice a thing. In the Bible is the expression, "Be still and know that I am God." This can only be accomplished through meditation. Another way to access this field of pure potentiality is through the practice of non-judgment. Judgment is the constant evaluation of things as right or wrong, good or bad. When you are constantly evaluating, classifying, labeling, and analyzing, you create a lot of turbulence in your internal dialogue. This turbulence constricts the flow of energy between you, the field of pure potentiality. You literally squeeze the gap between thoughts. The gap is your connection to the field of pure potentiality. It is the state of pure awareness, that silent space between thoughts, the inner stillness that connects you to true power. And when you squeeze the gap, you squeeze your connection to the field of pure potentiality and infinite creativity. There is a prayer in a circle, there is a prayer in a course in miracles that states, "Today I shall judge nothing that occurs." Non-judgment creates silence in your mind. It is a good idea, therefore, beginning your day with that. Today I shall judge nothing that occurs. Statement. Although throughout the day, remind yourself of the statement each time you catch yourself judging. If participating this procedure for the whole day seems too difficult, when you may simply say to yourself, "For the next 2 hours, I won't judge anything." Or, "For the next hour, I will experience non-judgment." Then you can extend it gradually. Through silence, through meditation, through non-judgment, you will access the first law, the law of pure potentiality. Once you start doing that, you can add a fourth component to the practice. and that is regularly spreading time to direct communion with nature. Spending time in nature enables you to sense the harmonious interaction of all the elements and forces of life and gives you a sense of unity with all life, whether it be a stream, a forest, a mountain, a lake, or a seashore. That connection with nature's intelligence will also help you access the field of pure potentiality. You must learn to get in touch with the innermost essence of your being. This true essence is beyond the ego. It is fearless. It is free. It is immune to circumstances. It does not fear any challenges. It is beneath no one, superior to no one, and full of magic, mystery, and enchantment. Access to your true essence will also give you insight into the mirror of relationship, because all relationship is a reflection of your relationship with yourself. For example, if you have guilt, fear, insecurity over money, success, or anything else, then there are reflections of guilt, fear, insecurity as basic aspects of your potentiality. No amount of money or success will solve these basic problems of experience. Only with the self will bring about true healing. And when you are grounded in the knowledge of your true self, when you really understand the true nature, you will never feel guilty, fearful, or insecure about money or influence or fulfilling your desires, because you will realize that the essence of all material wealth is life energy. It is pure potentiality, and pure potentiality is in stricted nature. As you gain more and more access to your true nature, you will also spontaneously receive creative thoughts, because the field of pure potentiality is the field of infinite creativity, pure knowledge. Frank, I can't say this guy's name. Franz Kafka, the Australian philosopher and poet, once said, "You need not leave your room. Remain sitting at the table and listen. You need not even listen, simply wait. You need not even wait. Just learn to become quiet and still and solitary. The world will freely offer itself to you to be unmasked. It has no choice. It will roll in aesthetics at your feet. The influence of the universe, the lavish display and abundance of the universe is an expression of creative mind of nature. The more tuned in you are to the mind of nature, the more you have access to its infinite, unbounded creativity. But first you have to go beyond the turbulence of your internal dialogue to connect with the abundant influence, infinite creative mind, and then you create the possibility of dharmanic activity while at the same time carrying the stillness of the internal unbonded creative mind. This distinguished combination of silence, unbounded, infinite mind, along with dharmatic bonded individual mind, is the perfect balance of stillness and movement, simultaneously, that can create weather. Stop it. Excuse me. My cat is over here playing with me, so I'm losing focus. The perfect balance of stillness and movement simultaneously can create whatever you want. This coexistence of opposites, stillness and dynamics, at the same time makes you independent of situations, circumstances, people, and things. When you quietly acknowledge this extinguished coexistence of opposites, you align yourself with the world of energy, the quantum soup, the non-material, the non-stuff that is the source of material world. This world of energy is fluid, dynamic, changing, forever in motion, and yet it is also non-changing, still, quiet, internal, and silent. Stillness alone is the potential of creativity. Movement alone is the creativity restricted to a certain aspect of its expressions. But the combination of movement and stillness enables you to unleash creativity in all directions. Whether the power of your attention takes you, wherever you go, in the midst of movement and activity, carry your stillness within you. Then the collective movement around you will never overshadow your access to the reservoir of creativity, the field of pure potentiality. And then I guess at the end, he has here how to apply the law of pure potentiality. I guess he summarizes basically how to incorporate it into your life. I will put the law of pure potentiality into effect by making a commitment to take the following steps. I will get in touch with the field of pure potentiality by taking time each day to be silent, to just be. I will also sit alone in silent meditation at least twice a day for approximately 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening. That's one way. The second way, I will take time each day to commune with nature and to silently witness the intelligence within every living thing. I will sit silently and watch a sunset, or listen to the sound of the ocean or stream, or simply smell the scent of a flower. In the extensity of my own silence and by communing with nature, I will enjoy the life throne of ages, the field of pure potentiality and unbounded creativity. 3, I will practice non-judgment. I will begin my day with the statement, today I shall judge nothing that occurs. And throughout the day, I will remind myself not to judge. And that is chapter 1. This is Deepak Chopra's book, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. I'm sorry I got kind of flustered there. My cat was messing with my feet while I was trying to read the book. Then she jumped up on top of me. So that was the first chapter. I mean, you can go back, or you can Google it for yourself, or you can even order the book if you want to get into it further. Basically, there are 7 spiritual laws to manifesting your inner desires. And the first law that we went through is the law of pure potentiality. And to me, my interpretation of this is the fact that you need to quiet your mind. And I don't want to say quiet the mind, because your mind's always going. But just to have a moment of peace and stillness, whether you turn the phone off, you turn your TV off, you turn the radio off, you turn the game off, you don't even pick up a book, but you just go outside and just appreciate and try to be at one with nature, whether you're at a beach, playground, whatever. You're hearing the birds chirping, just being one with nature and quietness. And I think that's when you get to actually start to get ideas and process, because you're being still. So ideas start to flow to you. You start to think more on the desires, your innermost wants, things that you have been probably leaving in the back burner for so long. You finally get a chance to express and think on those thoughts. Another way to manifest a little bit quicker, most people like to judge others, especially women, judge other women. They always got something to say about something. So I think if you can just commit to an hour or two a day till you get better and better, today I shall judge nothing that occurs. Meaning, if I see something crazy, I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm not even going to acknowledge it. I'm just going to look at it and let it pass. Look at it, let it pass. I don't even need to make a comment or say anything negative about what it is that I'm witnessing at the moment. So this is a really, really good book. We're going to go ahead and go on to chapter 2, The Law of Giving. That'll be for tomorrow's video. Again, this is Deepak Chopra's The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. This was my grandfather's, so it's, you know, it's pretty old. Yeah. It's an old book, but there's a lot of information in here, and I just want to share that with you guys, especially about manifesting and positivity and things that, you know, you can accomplish once you start to pick up on certain positive habits. Let's see. I can't wait to get to chapter 5, the law of intention and desire. You know, just, I believe there's 5 chapters in this book. Oh, 6, 7. Okay, yeah, there's 7, obviously, because there's 7 spiritual laws. So each law has its own chapter. So, all right, YouTube, thank you guys so much for listening. Again, I'm sorry about my kitty playing around. She thought it would be a good idea to mess with me while I'm trying to film and read a book at the same time. So I hope this helps some of you, or at least, you know, you can look it up for yourself. You can get the book for yourself. Deepak Chopra's The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. And you can, I mean, there's other ways besides, but sometimes, you know, a nice book with pages is always the best way to go for me anyway. But there's other ways. There's audiobooks. There's things of that nature. So thank you guys again for supporting my channel. Thank you for being here today. I send you guys high vibrations of love, light, and leave me a thumbs up or a comment. Whatever you feel like doing. Tomorrow we'll be going over chapter 2, so be ready for that. And I'll try to make sure my cats are outside so they're not jumping up on me and scratching and playing with my feet while I'm trying to film. You all have a great day. Love you all. Mwah. Thank you so much. Bye.